Okay, so the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely destroyed the Dallas Cowboys on both sides of the ball. However, one side of the ball was all time good. We also talk about Howie Roseman needing to sign Zack Baun today, plus how much he loves being an Eagle. But that's not all. Jalyx Hunt had the second most snaps of all Eagles pass rushers, while Jalen Hurts in the offense started out slow but came through in the end. So much to break down, but listen to this funny clip. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Tall Podcast. If you are excited that the Eagles are 7-2 and in first place of the NFC East, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So the Philadelphia Eagles flew down to Dallas to take on the Cowboys at 4:25 on Sunday, which was their second divisional opponent of the season. And boy, oh boy, were these guys ready to not only get a W, but to get their first win in Dallas in 6 years. Yes, it's been over 6 years since the Eagles beat the Cowboys in Dallas. We've beat them multiple times in the last 6 years, but always in Philly. However, we knew we were the better team by far, and we didn't just want to beat the Cowboys. We wanted to destroy them, and we did that, and it was led by Jalen Hurts.
Hey, today is all about what we decide to do. Yeah. What we decide to do, what type of team we're going to be today. Yeah. It don't got to be about nobody else but us. Let's show up and just dominate your box. Every play. We're going to do this together now. It's team ball all day. Team on three, 1, 2, 3. Team.
Complimentary football all across the board, from special teams to the offense, and especially that defense, which held the Cowboys to 49 passing yards. If you take away the sack numbers and add up Trey Lance and Cooper Rush passing yards, it only equals 66. This is a professional football team, and they only could throw for 66 total passing yards on this Eagles defense. It was amazing. And one of the players who I think had a good game on defense, but nobody's talking about, is Jalen Carter. He had a big tackle for loss on a crucial third down, and even when he's getting double teamed, he's just disruptive.
Carter doesn't care how many all-pro selections you've had in your life. He's going to make you look bad. Like this move right here, like it's just violent. He gets to Cooper Rush. You watch him in the middle now, and his ability, like right here, like he doesn't want to just bat the ball. He wants to kill the ball. Like it's just a spike to hell. Then you get like this right now. Like these late moves. All right, double team. Now watch him split it. Splits the double team right there and gets in on the car crash. And then this, like, he's an equal opportunity. Watch what he does to Cooper Beebe. Bam! See, when you're from Apopka, Florida, Sap told me this. When you're from Apopka, you show up and you show out. And he gets to Trey Lance. He wants Trey Lance to feel his punch. Jalen Carter is just different than all these other defensive tackles right now.
You heard Baldy. He's just different. But there's a lot of playmakers on this Eagles defense. We're going to talk about Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, but Zack Baun, for the third straight week, is the highest graded linebacker in the NFL per Pro Football Focus. He just continues to do it. We're not talking about a good game here and there. He's starting to put back-to-back top-notch linebacking performances together consistently. Week 8, 9, 10, no linebacker has been better. Zack Baun versus the Cowboys. 8 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 2 forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. He's all over the field. I've been saying this 3 weeks in a row, as Zack Baun has been the top linebacker for them 3 weeks. Howie, get on the phone with his agent and get him a long-term deal in Philly. Listen to his answer on did he always know he could be an inside linebacker.
Through my time in New Orleans, of course, people say I was an on-ball linebacker, but when I was in New Orleans, I was putting in the time, putting in just the same amount of work as the starters were, just to prepare for a moment like this and my opportunity, and all I had to do was take advantage and just let it fly.
He also was asked about coming to Philly and his thoughts from leaving a place as a backup and now being the guy.
Yeah, I compare it a lot to the time I transferred high schools. I was kind of uncomfortable in my old high school, kind of stood out, and when I transferred, I felt like I could be myself and be me, and that's exactly how I feel with this team. Just they embrace me so much, the coaches, the players, the cafeteria staff, everyone just accepted me like a big family, and the people in the building made it really easy for me to transition here.
What more can I say? He's playing like an all-pro linebacker, and I'm not talking second team all-pro. I'm talking first team all-pro. We also got to talk about the fact that Bryce Huff only played 12 snaps. Let's take a look at the edge rush snap count. 37 snaps for Josh Sweat, 25 snaps for Jalyx Hunt, the rookie, 22 snaps for Brandon Graham and Nolan Smith, and 12 snaps for Bryce Huff. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, the Eagles had the backups in the fourth quarter, so Hunt's snaps might be up. But honestly, when I go back and look, Bryce Huff had a handful of snaps with the backups in the fourth quarter. So if this was a close game, he might only have 5, 6, 7 snaps. And I was looking at Jalyx Hunt. He did play some in the fourth, but he had a lot of quality snaps early in the game. Now, Nolan Smith has been great against the run, and you're starting to see him as a pass rusher. We all know BG is always coming in clutch. I do like that his snaps are being monitored, so I think when he's out there, we get the best version of Brandon Graham. But watching some of Jalyx Hunt's snaps, he was getting pressure on the quarterback. The D-line in general was putting pressure on Cooper Rush. There were so many checkdowns in this game, not just because Cooper Rush can't throw, but because of the pressure forced by the Eagles. Remember, Nick Sirianni did say last week that Jalyx Hunt has been impressing in practice and will get more PT. But to go from 1, 2, maybe 3 snaps to 25 is crazy, but I liked it. The deeper the rotation is, the more fresh these guys are going to be, especially late in games. It's going to be interesting to watch Jalyx Hunt snap counts going forward. I think it's going to continue to rise. I'm curious to see how much he gets against Washington. As for the rest of the defense, they all play lights out. Again, holding a team to 6 points in their home stadium is not easy, even if they got their backup quarterback in. Jeff Kerr tweeted, the Eagles defense is number 1 in the NFL in points per game allowed, only 13, and yards per game allowed, only 200.8 since week 6. That's a 5-game sample size. This football team has just been different after the bye week. It starts with the defense, but the Eagles offense is playing good football too. Jalen Hurts did have 2 turnovers that I know he wants back. Still though, Philadelphia Eagles Central tweets, Jalen Hurts leads the NFL in total touchdowns, 16 dating back to week 5, once again, after the bye week. Now early on, Jalen Hurts didn't look too sharp, holding on to the ball too long, 5 sacks in the first half. That all can be on the O-line, and he did have 2 turnovers. But when we needed Jalen Hurts to get right, he absolutely did. 4 total touchdowns, 2 rushing, 2 passing, and he made big play after big play. And even with the turnovers and the sacks, he had over 100 passer rating. So again, a strong game from Jalen Hurts. My favorite play of the game, though, gotta be the 2nd and 1, free blitzer. Hurts dips it, rolls to the right, and hits Goddard for a touchdown.
Pivotal play in the game with 28 seconds to go in the half. The Cowboys are going to line up with a 4-man rush. And they're going to bring a delayed DeMarvia and Overshown here. All right? It's a great blitz. Lane does a great job of Micah Parsons, but this is the key right here. Jalen right here, breaking the tackle, protecting the ball. But eyes are up now. All right, here he comes. Eyes up. It's a 7-6 game, and now it's a 14-6 game to Dallas Goedert beating Donovan Wilson. When you watch the play, there's not a lot here. Dallas does a good job, all right, with their 6 men covering the Eagles' 5 receivers right here. Do a pretty good job. Like, right here, Jalen's got to make a decision. He's got pressure. But everybody's sort of covered right now. They got 4 on 3 over here. They're man-to-man up top. But this is the key, is not only does Jalen break free, but Dallas Goedert gets back in the lineup and uncovers on Donovan Wilson, and he uses his big body. And just like that, the Eagles score right before the half, and it was kind of a layup with Goddard back in the lineup.
Staying with the offense, but more importantly, the whole team, Saquon Barkley might have said it best after the game when asked about how good they've been playing since the bye week compared to before when they were 2-2 and had a rocky start.
I wouldn't say it's rocky. I think you guys made it seem rocky. No offense. I mean, you guys are doing your job, but panic outside of the locker room kind of, was from outside the locker room. It wasn't in here. We had no panic. We kind of treated it like the preseason games, to be honest. That was kind of the mindset. It was all right. We're done with preseason. Now let's go get things shape.
Love the mindset. Now, Saquon Barkley didn't have a crazy game versus the Cowboys, but he is 1-0 as an Eagle. He was 0-6 as a Giant. I will give the Cowboys credit. They sold out to stop Saquon Barkley, and they had some success. However, the Eagles' run game, including Jalen Hurts, still was working because the Cowboys didn't know which way we were going and who had the ball. Listen to Baldy break it down.
Barkley said that they haven't scratched the surface of this offense yet, and it is evolving. There's Van Summeren at fullback, right? You get the double here. You get the double with Fred Johnson out here on Micah, and you get the lead block on Jordan Lewis, and there goes Saquon, all right, for 9 yards right up the middle. Now you do this, all right, here you go. Now, watch what you do. Now you're going to run a counter tray. Watch Mekhi Becton and Lane Johnson both pull. Now, right here, honestly, nobody in Dallas knows where it's going. Eric Kendricks, the middle linebacker, is following Mekhi. He takes himself out of the picture and they give it to Saquon. All right, now, they come back and they run the exact same play. Right, here's Saquon. All right, watch. Here comes Mekhi and Lane Johnson. And Dallas is not going to know who's got the ball at the mesh. It's getting better. So now right here, they don't know. But here comes Mekhi. He's the trapper. Here comes Lane. He's the rapper. And there goes Jalen Hurts this time. He keeps it for an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are blowing the Cowboys out. The offense is evolving.
In the second half of that game, we did whatever we want to the Cowboys. Simple and plain. We had Kenny Pickett and the backups in. When you got the backups in that early in the fourth quarter, that means you absolutely whooped the other team's butt. But shout out to Will Shipley for getting 30-plus rushing yards. Shout out to Johnny Wilson for getting his first touchdown. Jeremiah Trotter playing linebacker in the fourth quarter. Again, the rookie bench came in, but the star rookie players. Cooper DeJean, another great game, had some battles with CeeDee Lamb, but word on the bird tweets, Cooper DeJean is the second highest graded cornerback in the NFL, 83.6. And again, this is now a 5-game sample size. But Quinyon Mitchell, listen to Baldy break down Quinyon Mitchell.
3 certainties in life after 10 weeks of the season. Death, taxes, and Quinyon Mitchell does not get beat. Watch his feet. He's got amazing feet. Watch. He doesn't guess. He stays right in front of Brooks. And then when Brooks takes off, he squeezes him to the sideline and he finds the ball and he gets him out of bounds. Like, he doesn't get beat. And then you watch this right here. All right, it's 3rd and 10. All right, early in the game right now. Now, here comes Tolbert up in the middle. All right, it's at 3rd and 10. Watch where he makes the tackle at 9 yards. You know what the Cowboys are screaming on the sideline? Punt team. And then you get on a 3rd and 5 right here. All right, here's CeeDee Lamb. They're running a play for him. They're going to run all these rubs and picks in the middle of the field. And even when he does have to bubble right here, like, the guy's a great tackler. Down goes Lamb. But then, like, it's one good play after another. You watch this right here. And here it is again. Brooks against Quinyon Mitchell. Puts that left foot in the ground. Swat! Bang! Gets the ball out. I mean, it's death, taxes, and Quinyon Mitchell doesn't get beat. Those are the 3 certainties in life after 10 weeks of the NFL season.
Man, this team just keeps getting better and better and better. And the vibes are back, not just on offense, but on defense too. CJ Gardner-Johnson celebrating with the crew. The Eagles had 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers in one game. That ain't easy no matter who's the quarterback. Look at Jordan Davis in the locker room. And look at everybody's face. They're having a blast. I don't want to jump the gun, but it's slowly reminding me of that 2022 season. We got to keep our foot on the gas pedal because Washington's up next, short week. But let's actually recap the whole Eagles versus Cowboys game. Cowboys get the ball first, quick pass, and it's broken up by CJ Gardner-Johnson. Cowboys punt, Eagles first possession. We get the first here, but then we punt too. It's okay though. Cooper Rush fumbles and Milton Williams jumps on it. The next play on 3rd down is crazy. Saquon Barkley's not human. Quick pass to Barkley on third down, splits two Cowboys, and gets the first. Of course, you know we're on the 1 yard line. What you think we're gonna do? Brotherly shove time, and the Eagles once again score first quarter points. Second possession for Dallas, 3rd and 2, rush looking, and he's going to find CeeDee Lamb for the first down. But shortly after that, 4th and 4, so they kick the field goal, and it's good. 7-3 ball game. Eagles next possession, 1st and 10, Hurts scrambles for 7 yards. A couple plays later, Hurts finds A.J. Brown, and he's going to bring it inside the 20. Now, y'all told me to go back and look on the Jalen Hurts interception, and Calcaterra was wide open. Jalen a little late. Probably could have seen him, but like I said, Hurts still played a great game. Eagles at the 13-yard line, Hurts looking, firing, and it's intercepted. But the Eagles' defense was so good, or the Cowboys' offense was just so bad, it didn't matter. They end up punting. We get the ball back. 2nd and 8, Hurts looking, and he finds Jahan Dotson back shoulder for the first. Later on the drive, we hand it to Saquon. He stiff arms a Cowboy. However, the Eagles' drive stalls. Cowboys' next possession, and it goes nowhere. A couple plays later, 2nd and 10, Enrico Dobbs picks up a 19-yard run. But on 1st and goal, they hand it to Zeke, and he fumbles, recovered by Defesne. Again, Zack Baun's an animal. I gotta repeat it. 8 total tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. He's everywhere. Let's look at this in slow motion. I thought it was CJGJ, but it was clearly Baun. Eagles get the ball, but this is probably the worst play Jalen Hurts did all day. 2nd and 9, Hurts looking, pressure in the face, and he fumbles. Cowboys ball at the 6. But the Eagles defense hold, and on 3rd and goal, they try to run it, and Carter says no. So they settle for 3. 7-6 ball game. Hurts to A.J. Brown for the first. A couple plays later, 3rd and 5, he goes right back to A.J., crossing the 50. Then on 2nd and 1, blitz, Hurts avoids it and throws a touchdown pass to Goddard. Eagles end up scoring with 23 seconds left in the half, go up 14-6, and we got the ball back to start the third quarter. Didn't do nothing with it, but when we gave the ball back to the Cowboys, they eventually couldn't do nothing either. So they punted it back to us, and then we got to see some Cooper DeJean. He's going to catch this ball at the 32-yard line, heads up, splits 2 defenders. I've been waiting to see this type of return. We've seen him do it in college. Now he's starting to do it in the NFL. At the 40, he cuts it outside, crosses the 50 in Dallas territory. Couple plays later, Hurts looking, has time, and finds Johnny Wilson for his first touchdown. Shout out to Johnny Wilson. He's had a couple opportunities, but it's good to see that 6'6" size used in the red zone. I'm just too big. Throw me the ball. Cowboys once again can't do nothing with it. On 1st and 10, we go deep to A.J. Brown. I'm not going to lie. The Eagles attacked that young corner Carson's a lot, and he had good coverage there. But simply, A.J. Brown is just too good. Later on that drive, 2nd and 8, they hand it to Saquon Barkley, and he gets the first down. But that's the thing. The Dallas Cowboys did a good job stopping Saquon, but they were too concerned with him. So what do? 2nd and goal, fake to Saquon. Jalen keeps it up the middle for a touchdown. Cowboys next possession, 3rd and 9, rush looking, and he's going to be sacked by Bryce Huff. Fumble, and guess who picks it up? The linebacker, Zack Baun, who's everywhere. Eagles got to settle for 3, but at this point, we go up 31-6, and the Cowboys are just dead. Listen to Baldy talk about that Bryce Huff play.
It took a while, but the Eagles have figured out what Bryce Huff is. He's a pass rush specialist. Here he is in a wide 9. The ball's on one hash. Bryce Huff in a 3-point stance on the other hash. Now, you let him take off. The nickname for Bryce Huff is the Bugatti. You watch him take off and bam, slap, and then get to the quarterback and ball's out. And it's a scramble drill for the ball. And here comes Zack Baun. Zack Baun is everywhere. Zack Baun with the recovery right here of a Bryce Huff forced fumble. That's what he is. He's a pass rush specialist. He's not an outside linebacker. He doesn't drop into coverage. He's not covering the curl flat. He's a pass rush specialist. The Eagles have figured it out.
Now we're into the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 for Trey Lance, and he's going to be sacked. A couple plays later, quick pass to Ferguson, and he fumbles, picked up by Reed Blankenship. When I was watching that live, I didn't really know who forced the fumble, but my guess was Zack Baun. Guess why? Because he's everywhere. What a great game by number 53. Nice one-hand grab by Ferguson, but the helmet to the ball punches it out. Eagles offense don't get much, though. We end up settling for 3. That's how we go up 34-6. 10 minutes left of the fourth. Lance going deep, and it's going to be intercepted by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. At that point, I knew the game was over, but it is good to see the Eagles going back to their old celebration. C.J. Gardner-Johnson leading the pack. This actually was one of his best games. I'm talking about tackling, covering. The interception adds to it, but he was great in coverage and great tackling all game long. CJ Gardner-Johnson's best game yet. And that's all she wrote. Kenny Pickett and the backups came in with 10 minutes left of the fourth. I love the fact that we got out of that game healthy and we got the rest of starters because we do have a huge matchup back in Philly on Thursday night versus the Washington Commanders for first place in the NFC East. But right now, we hold that title. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Do your boy a favor, drop the muscle emoji in the comment section. Also, hit the like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the videos, and leave me a comment. I absolutely love hearing from y'all. Y'all teach me things, and it's just a great time to be an Eagle fan. We out.